Games for me are they're fun. They're just fun. I play them because I love play. And for me, games represent the evolution of play.
Enjoyment. I've been doing it since I was, I don't know, 5 or something. My parents bought me a Super Nintendo when I was a kid, and just got hooked.
I enjoy learning things, and the games that I like provide you with depth that you can keep experiencing. You can keep learning new things, and basically with games like that, the more you learn, the better you become and the more people you beat.
The most important thing to me is the quality of the escapism I experience when I choose to play a game and leave behind the confines of reality.
Games I've always seen as escapism, which is why I suppose why I like simulators so much.
It's something to do in your spare time. You can relax, you can unwind, especially nowadays with all the social elements that go with games. It's very easy to catch up with your friends. Some people go down to the pub, some people go out to nightclubs, things. I play video games. It's just my choice. That's my release at the end of the day. It's been proven that people who play video games from a younger age, they do have higher hand-eye coordination. I mean, that's one thing that is quite known, that hand-eye coordination is improved, but there's a lot of elements that aren't really known about. So there's the social aspect. Games nowadays, you can be playing with people from all around the country, and through that social game, you can learn about maybe their culture. You can maybe speak to someone who's got, they may have a different language, and you might be able to pick up certain things that way. And you're able to socialise with people on such a broader scale that it improves people's attitudes towards other cultures, I think.
For me, I think games have always been great for imagination and creativity. Games allow the player to make up a lot of the gaps themselves, and a lot of games such as Minecraft and emergent games allow the player to really make their own gameplay, which is something no other medium kind of allows.
I've always thought I've had quite good hand coordination anyway, but I used to play a lot of racket sports, which I was quite good at. I don't know, I think through playing video games I've got quite good reflexes, reactions. I don't know if it's from playing video games or I've just got good reflexes.
Hand-eye coordination, social prospects, insight into development and design, escapism and relaxation.
When it comes to fighting games, you have to research. I know this sounds kind of mad, but I know it's just a game, but the only way to get better at it is to research, is to put time into it and learn combos, learn the characters. If you've got one favourite character and you keep losing, it's probably because you don't know how to play all the other characters. To learn the game, you need to play all the characters and then pick the one that you like the most, because that's the only way to learn the matchups. So I think it gives you either perseverance skills or skills that you can take to other things, such as not giving up, but it has a double edge to that because it can become obsessive.
I would actually attribute to just reading ability as well. As a kid, I used to buy lots of magazines and just read about them, and it really helped me just reading wise. Social aspect as well, meeting so many new people in different genres.
I think gaming, for me anyway, is far more positive than it is negative. I think it's very easy to put an extremely negative spin on gaming, simply because of the kind of profile that some of those more negative games have got. I think gaming is, as I was saying, it's an evolution of play, and for that reason, I think it's really helpful. I think it's a helpful method of learning. I think it's a helpful method of connection. But there are negatives. I mean, that addiction factor that can be really negative. Yeah.
If I'm playing for a long extended period, then you can feel your eyes sort of get a little bit sore. So just take a break. Just go do something else.
But nowadays, the actual refresh rates and the resolutions are so much higher that I think they cause eye strain a lot faster than the old TVs did.
Well, I've experienced several injuries due to long time exposure to gaming. Given the choice, I would have stopped and allowed the damage to heal, but since it was my job, and I understand how easily certain members of a production team can be replaced, I worked through all of them. Those injuries included really sore thumbs, immobile wrists, and multiple migraines. And since leaving my work and no longer working in an office, I have lots of lower back pain, and I'm told by my chiropractor that could possibly be from the long hours of being sat in an office and playing video games.
Quite fun.
Yeah.
And once you start playing, you can't stop.
Oh, it's addictive.
You get too involved in the life story of the characters.
Do you think games are addictive?
It can be.
Yeah, it can be.
Very. But kind of everything becomes an addiction after a while.
Depends on your character. They might be addicted to some people, but
not to others.
not to all people.
You know, late at night, if it's late at night and I go to sleep, my eyes can feel very tired and a bit sore, but it'd be the same if I was reading a book.
Eye strain, sometimes posture strain, depending on where I'm sitting or lying, what I'm doing. I also tend to dream about the games if I play them for extended periods. They seem to really fill my consciousness quite powerfully, actually. I mean, if you start dreaming that you're in a game, and then you wake up and you go, oh yeah, no, that's not a bad idea. That's you're living a false reality in a false reality from your reality. So yeah.
Yeah, I've dreamt about video games before. Yeah, generally it's if there's an event coming up that I'm going to be part of, or if it's a good session I've had with my mates, that kind of thing. Sometimes you'll dream about it.
My wife's been playing Borderlands a lot with me recently, and even she mentioned the other night that she had a dream about the game where if she left the game she would die, and every time she left the game she woke up.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, if I've been playing a game like solidly for a few hours and then I go straight to bed, I might have a dream about it, purely or like influenced by it. I don't have many that I can remember, so.
Like I said before, how much you have to practice at games. I can find myself playing something and going, oh, it's like 1:30, I should go to bed. You just get so engrossed, obviously.
Oh, one time I played The Sims, I dreamed I was a Sim once. It was pretty creepy.
Doesn't normally affect my sleep. I sleep pretty well during the night.
The photorealism does. It gets to me. I don't know if I want the people I'm killing to be that real. I don't know if I want. I used to fantasize about the thing of being a soldier, like as a young kid. Like I just love that idea, but playing it as an adult, I find it much harder, man, because you just know that this is actually happening to people on the other side of the world, and I find it quite ugly.
I think a lot of people have this belief that, okay, my child's playing a violent video game, therefore he's going to become violent. I think how it works is people who have violent tendencies, or maybe are in that kind of mindset, are attracted to violent video games more. So of course they're going to play violent video games. I think somebody who plays a wide variety of games and understands that it is a video game, I don't think, so I know I'm not going to go out and commit, anyone in this place is not going to go out and commit a crime, but someone who may have a difficult upbringing, or maybe unable to differentiate between real life and that kind of thing, they will be attracted to games like that. So of course, you're going to put 2 and 2 together and come up with 6.
Like, I'll watch loads of TV, and then I've picked up a lot of things from TV, and if I pick up that easy from my program, it'd be easier to pick it from a game because you're controlling it.
But it depends, because people have to realise that it's not, that situation isn't real. Because as someone said, the alien ones, that's not going to happen. And if there's violent stuff, it's just have to stop.
I think it
Yeah, but
They kind of have to realise that because you beat up a prostitute in a game doesn't necessarily mean that you can't do it. You can do it in real life.
Perhaps. So you like either the violence or the technicality, or if you like war movies, you like people with guns, and I mean, it swings, I think, both ways. I don't think it's causal. I don't think it's causal to an extent. I do think that if you are exposed to violence, then perhaps at a young age you get used to it, desensitized.
I don't know. I mean, I think you'd have to have some kind of be raised differently, or I think depending on how much you play it and your state of mind, and for it to affect you that much, you have to be of a certain disposition. So I don't know. It's a very difficult question.
Honestly, I don't know, but I would be leaning on the side that there's not. video game violence does allow is video games aren't as violent as say movies or any other thing can get, but they do allow a lot more interaction, which I suppose is the danger of it. I don't think enough research has been done to say anything either way.
Making a violent video game is the developer's choice and does not reflect the tastes of 100% of gamers. In fact, what it does show is how many developers are happy to reproduce the same gory game over and over again due to the abundance of money associated with that particular target market.
As older you get, you know that this is virtual and this is the reality. You don't see a connection. But as a youngster, perhaps you do see it as they get below certain ages and so forth.
I think the capacity for learning and for expansion of our human expression through having those worlds, I think is amazing. I think it's amazing. I think the potential of gaming is absolutely limitless. I think we're just following a line of joy and play. We're following a line of fun. I can't think of a better line of a human being to follow than a line of fun.